The year is 273 BC, and the Roman Republic is steadily advancing into Italy. And last episode, we finally vanquished the Ligurians, and we have now captured their settlements at Genua and Batavium. And in the Cisalpina province, the only settlement that remains is Medlon, held by the Insubres. So that's that's going to be our next target. And another interesting thing is our spy up here discovered that Noria, although being a walled settlement, only has a 13-man garrison. So we're going to take our faction heir Sextilius Longinus, not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but we're going to send him up to Noria and try to take that settlement on his own. The Veneti don't have an army because they were recently at war with Liguria too and wasted all their forces in battles with them. So this is a great opportunity to move up into Noria and subjugate the Veneti, and this will begin our attempt to create a buffer zone around northern Italy. And once that buffer zone is created, we could focus on other strategic objectives like Corsica and Sardinia, Sicily, and the inevitable conflict we are going to have with the Carthaginians. All right, so moving up here into Cisalpina, we have the first legion over here completely ready to go. They need one more turn of replenishment, not too bad. We have the second legion, who we will probably merge up a little bit as best we can. There's only one extra slot available. They're going to take a few turns to replenish. Just checking the recruitment options right now. Yeah, we just have some very basic light infantry available. Alright, so we're just going to keep these guys in patrol stance so they replenish a little bit faster. Alright. Or we could even move them back into Italy. Maybe they'll replenish even faster down there, I'm not sure. We could always try it. Looks to be about the same. So, alright, so we're just going to have to wait a few turns till we replenish, and hopefully the Veneti don't do anything in the meantime to spawn a new army. That will complicate things, but if they do, we'll just have to adjust from there. Moving down to southern Italy, down in Tarentum, we have disease in this governor's army, and he's really just keeping an eye on Epirus to make sure that they don't do anything funny, like us go ahead and try to retake Tarentum. So it's just something we have to keep our eye on right now. If we go to the diplomacy screen, we can see our relationship with Carthage is waning, and
what do you wish to discuss?
Wonder if there's anything we can do to make that better. Let's give them just a gift.
When good
Okay. So, like I said, I don't think there's much left to do this turn. We just recently took Batavium, so let's go ahead and make sure there's nobody to upgrade and end our turn. Alright, the winter of 272 BC, there was a rebellion in Genua. If we go over there, let's clear out these messages. It looks like the Insubres army actually came down and took care of that rebellion, and that really exposes them to a pitched battle with the First Legion. So I think we should probably go ahead and take this battle. But first we can upgrade or assign some cards to our faction leader. We're going to give this +4 armor buff. You can also level up. Let's give him the 6 melee attack skill for all units. And let's move him down this tenacious defender route also to give him +3 melee defense for all units. Moving to our veteran we have in this army, we can just give him some of these cards. And we're going to move him down the campaign movement route and eventually the one where, let's see, yeah, this one, 15 unit experience gain per turn for the parent army. That will be really useful. Just trying to see if there's another. Yeah, this one's good too. The Paragon route. Okay. Just cycle through here and get our upgrades real quick. The Governor of Arminum has leveled up. Give him this public order buff and this commercial stimulation buff and the city governor buff. Alright, checking out our replenishment. It's not going too well. It is winter. Let's move this army into the city. See if they replenish a little more. Oh, put them on the ships. Didn't mean to do that. A little better, I guess. It's better than nothing. Gotta love winter. But yeah, right here presents a great opportunity to get into a pitched battle and really cripple the forces, the Insubres forces. So let's go ahead and attack with the 1st Legion and declare war. Get into a nice battle, and I will see you on the battle map. Alright, we started the battle. Let's take a moment to talk about the way we have set our army up. So generally in Rome 2, I have just a pretty standard way of organizing the armies. But for this playthrough, I wanted just to try and experiment with some different things. I want to put my weakest units, my Rurari units, up front. I just want these guys to take the brunt of the enemy and then try to work my Hastati on the flanks. I have 3 units of each on each flank. So their goal will be kind of enveloping the enemy and throwing their Pila directly in the back. Now I do recognize that this line of Rurari is going to be extremely weak and they're not going to hold particularly well. So that's why I have these Principes in reserve. So if there is a breakthrough, we can go ahead and plug the gaps. Another reason why I wanted to experiment with putting very cheap light infantry on the front lines is because we can easily replenish them, recruit new units, right? If we had a front line of Hastati or Principes, they could take a lot of damage. So I want the enemy to throw all their missiles and use their charge on my really weak units. So my best units will still have great stamina and everything, and they could come in and clean things up. Right now I have my 4 units of slingers in the middle between the Rurari and the Principes, and depending on what happens in the battle, I might move them around the flanks so they get some really good side shots. And then I have my Governor and a unit of Equites on the right, and then just a single unit of Equites on the left. Typically, I'd prefer to have 2 units of Cav on each flank. But let's go ahead and dive into this battle. I'm going to advance our troops up slowly. We could fast forward in the meantime. We do have our garrison coming in, and they're not really going to contribute in any way. So I'm just going to go ahead and group them together. Let's bring them up here. Enemy army has a very dense formation. They have some good phalanx spearmen units, something to keep an eye on. They do have a cav advantage, it looks like. They have we both have 3 units of cav. They have 2 units of missile cav. So it'll be important for us to get our slingers into them. Let's go ahead and advance. And this is another interesting situation. Just thinking about tactics, they have a unit of melee cav over here on the left. Granted, they are Celtic light horse, and I do believe my equites could take them out easily without any problem. But I want them to come and attack my cav, and I could support with some Hastati infantry. So that's kind of my strategy on the left. But let's just get within skirmish range. These guys are taking forever. We can actually adjust our battle line a little bit. Like so. Let's get these guys turned. So we're all nice and squared up. Alright. So the enemy is advancing. We're going to get our slingers into those horsemen. And we don't want... do we want to waste our Pila on these guys? I'm not entirely sure. I'll think about it. We're going to get our slingers over here. Try to get our Pila. Yeah, let's get our Pila involved.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Let's get ready for this charge. Let's get our Hastati in here. Moving over to the right flank. Let's see what's going on. We're going to put one unit of Principes in the middle. Support another one on the right. Let's move these guys up. And we'll start to work the flanks with our Hastati. Start to bring our cav around too. We need to start getting some of our troops around here. Let's try to get a quick cav charge in. We could also start moving our slingers around the flank there. Let's get our Principes engaged. Let's make sure they fire their Pila at least. And let's start moving our slingers around here. Yeah, make sure our Principes just get thrown in this fight to make sure our line doesn't break.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Let's get these cheap units of Ferrari in on this unit of heavy phalanx. Then we can start working the flanks. Gonna make sure those horsemen don't come out and get us. Slingers are gonna run into these guys over here. It's not too smart. Keep moving our units around.
Our general is under attack.
Unit of Equites is going to come in handy. Let's get our slingers lined up on the flank. Let's get these guys involved. Slingers could come right here. Start firing into the backs of all these guys. let's check out what's going on down on the battlefield. Our main line is holding, it's doing fine. Let's keep getting our missiles in there. Charge with our cav. Get our general in there. Let's move to this unit. Great charge on their general right there. Dropping pretty quick now. Principes are holding out well against this phalanx. Start doing some cycle charges. I think they turned. No, they haven't turned. Where is my... This unit has taken some casualties. General's doing good. Let's get another charge in on their general. Yeah, this should be brutal. Not too much damage done there. Some of our Rarari are starting to waver, that's fine. Just start to glob everybody together here. It's the hard thing about these early Hastati, like I've said before, they have 5 attack, so they're killing powers. They're more of a defensive unit, really, with their spears. Let's watch this guy, see how he dies. And these battles could just go on and on. Yeah, I gotta watch my Equites here. They're going to get in trouble. Let's make sure we're killing their retreating troops if possible. This heavy phalanx unit has 40 kills now. But we can go ahead and speed up the battle. I mean, it's pretty much over. Alright. I'm just going to mop up this battle and make sure their general's dead, but I will see you on the results screen. Alrighty, decisive victory. Let's go ahead and let's ransom the captives. I don't want to ruin diplomatic ties with anybody they may have been attached to. So now we can move back into Genoa and replenish a little bit, which is nice. Let's continue to merge up these Rarari units. Could even drop this one and get 2 more units of cheap Ligurian levies. Down here, looking at our recruitment options, I'm just trying to see what the composition is. We can do for another unit of cheap infantry. We do have these Italian swordsmen. They're not very good. I would like to have some swordsmen, but they're from the pleb class. And there's better pleb units to choose from. Yeah, let's just go with another unit of cheap infantry for now. And I really wish this army could replenish a little more. Alright, we got more levies. They could probably move out next turn. Yeah, they can move out next turn and head up to Noria. Let's keep our spy around here to make sure they don't have anything else. And we'll start wrapping around to this Rete, or Rati, not sure how to pronounce that. We're going to make this into a buffer state too, depending on... I think they only have one region, so... Alright, I think that's all we should do this turn, looking at our diplomacy. This is a very touchy situation with Carthage and Epirus. The good news is that Syracuse is still alive for the time being, so that's good. Alright, let's go ahead and end our turn. Alright, the spring of 272 BC, there has been a rebellion in Patavium. Let's go and check that out right now. See these rebels right here, really going to make us get into a little fight. Alright, the rebels have been subdued. The Second Legion has acquired some military traditions. So let's go ahead and give them the Vanguard Legion and the Garrison Auxilia. Noria still looks pretty undefended. Gonna take my spy back just to double check. And it looks pretty much wide open at the moment. Down here in Patavium, we should probably go ahead and build this probably consecrated ground. We really need to start getting the culture converted. It looks like they're going to rebel again next turn too, so it's really unfortunate. But let's go ahead and move this army right here. They're going to continue to replenish at a relatively high rate. The Insubres have recruited again, so we really need to make a push on their city. Let's go ahead and siege it right now and see what we're dealing with. They have a huge garrison.
Let them cower before Rome. To victory. We take this settlement for Rome.
Yeah, I really would like a supporting army up here. Yeah, we're probably going to have to get into a pitched battle with the First Legion here against this garrison settlement. Yeah, right now only one ladder. We're going to need some more siege equipment, definitely. This will make things interesting though, so let's just continue to siege Medlon out. Looks like we have an event that occurred. Your general has got a pet fawn. The creature is milk white and it follows him around like a loyal dog. He claims it's a gift from Diana the Huntress. So Artemis. Let's do nothing. our heir just got this statuette of Mars. It gives him a 3+ charge bonus for all units, 3% melee infantry morale, and 3% melee infantry attack. That's really useful. Let's go ahead, and he's eligible to get married, so let's go ahead and get him a wife. She is a poisoner wife. Interesting. Minus 4% chance of having kids. It's not good. Any rate, let's go down here. Nothing to level up. Latium has taken an economic hit recently. Not sure why, but something to keep an eye on. Epirus is out here just sailing around in the ocean. Not exactly sure what they're up to. Tarentum needs a bigger garrison eventually. Alright, so I think maybe we should just wait one more turn to get this second army up here. I think it'll be worth it, even if we just have to auto-resolve the battle. But one thing we should do before... I'm trying to think. I don't know if I want these guys to take attrition. Might not be worth it. If we break the siege... Let's just sit right here for now. Because, yeah, we're going to continue to replenish a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that and end our turn. Alright, so during the turn, and it looks like the Insubres came down from Octodurdon. I think that's the other settlement they had, and they've attacked us. I think it was actually probably a good idea that we pulled out from that siege. I think we probably would have went right across the river anyways, but at any rate, we are going to get into another pitch battle with the Insubres, so let's hop right on into it. Alright, so the battle has begun. There was a lot of moving around before it started. They really couldn't determine what side they wanted to come on, so I just kind of pulled back my troops and waited for them to cross. It took about 12 minutes, but right now we have some cav chasing some of their skirmishers, which we will happily do. Just moving our skirmishers around to get the best advantage. Probably be prepared to bring up this cav too. I know they have a lot of cav units. We're getting peppered by Javs here. Here comes their Celtic Light Horse. And this is pretty dangerous for our unit of Equites here. Let's actually go ahead and try to bail out of here and just let them come to us. Let's do kind of a trap here. We'll have our slingers ready to open fire on that Celtic Light Horse. And our Equites just need to hurry up and get behind our lines. Excellent move right there by the Equites. And their horse is just going to get slaughtered. We need to focus our fire on their missile cav in particular. Our equites are getting after these Alpine skirmishers. Need to be prepared to pull them back in. Oh, that volley of javelins was not good at all. I don't expect these barbarian units to have so many javelins. It's not the best use of our cav there.
Our general is under attack.
Gotta move our general out of here. Oh, we need to get these guys back in formation. Alright, I think we've just about won the cav fight here. We could start our enveloping maneuvers. Once we for sure get this cav out of the way. Start moving around the flanks. Alright, make sure we're mopping up over here. This unit of Hastati, we can begin moving. Let's get our slingers back on the flank. And start moving our Principes up to the front line. Not sure how much longer they're going to hold. Some really nice Pila shots into the back of this blob right here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Coming in with some missile support, we can go ahead and start moving that way. Let's just start throwing our Principes in the middle of this. We need to get our cav. What do they got left over here? They got some sword followers and just a bunch of skirmishers. Let's go try to disrupt them. Some great Pila throws in the back of these troops right here. Let's get our missiles firing. Let's get our Triarii engaged. They have a unit of swords. Let's start getting some charges in on the back. Doing pretty good trying to envelop these guys. Just gotta watch out for our cav here. They got some javelins coming up to support. Those Celtic units are very strong, those Celtic phalanxes. Let's try to get engaged and have our cav help out this fight, and our missiles will continue to support this main battle. Let's do a little division of labor here. The sword followers are going to be doing work on... Where is our other unit of cav? Okay, we got 3 units of cav right here. Get our general into the back of these Celtic short swords. We need another unit of infantry over here, ideally. It's good. I like the way this is looking. Let's continue to try to get these missiles, getting some good hits. Excellent move here. This unit of Hastati's holding out good. We can actually get one of the units of Equites over here. Start doing some rear charges. Oh no, they're getting some of the units around, almost attacking our skirmishers here. Let's just go ahead and chase them. These guys are out of ammo, basically, unfortunately. This unit of Hastati back down here. We'll finish up this fight up here with the Cav.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Missile infantry ready! Mars aid us! Proud Romans all!
These two units of Hastati still have their ammo.
Jupiter gives us strength.
Come back here.
Wait my order.
Try to get their Pila off.
One of our units
Get some
has
good
used all
kills
its
here with the Pila. Let's get them in on the charge. Let's get our general out of here for a minute and cycle in with this other Cav. Comes the Hastati. Great charge right there with the Hastati. Doing a good job of cleaning this up. There's a lot of heavy phalanx troops here that are continuing to hold out. That's all these phalanx units.
We await your command! Glorarii! Commander!
Let's get aligned right on their back.
Jupiter gives us strength! General! Spearmen, ready for orders!
Getting some good hits on their sword followers. I'll take this fight happily.
At your service! Ready and waiting!
Let's get some good rear charges. Get our slingers in here for a little bit. Just for numbers. Saudi are not doing well over there. They have two generals. Alright, their sword follower is going to be coming back, and oh, they're still running away. It's fine. Alright, so we have them pretty much enveloped. It's just a matter of breaking them at this point. It's going to take a while.
Sons of Mars!
The battle is turning in our favor.
Charge in here with our general. Great charge right there. General has 498 kills right now. It's insane. Let's get him out of there. Let's get these Hastati worked in.
Spear infantry, ready. Principes! Charge! Ready for orders. Forward! Levy! Your orders. Advance! Orders! Advance!
The enemy
Alright, we killed one of their generals. We're going to continue the battle just to make sure we get the other one knocked out. Alright, it was a close victory. We lost 1,200 men, but thankfully we're able to decisively defeat that army. Just looking at some of the stats here, our general with 636 kills. Our cav came in really big, 300 kills on each of those. Slingers did really, really good with over 100 for each unit. And our Principes took minimum casualty. Hastati, we took casualties on 2 units. Really nothing too bad, so it was a great battle by the 1st Legion. Alright, again, close victory. We got a lot of troops leveled up here. We're going to go ahead and release the captives. We killed both their generals. Alright, the summer of 272 BC. Let's see. The general kept the fawn. His men cared for it until it grew. Do we get any bonus for that? Any faction bonus? No, it doesn't look like it. Interesting. At any rate, we decisively beat the Insubres at this bridge battle outside of Genoa, and we are now in a position where we could march on Medlan and secure the province of Cisalpina. So that's kind of where we're going to end it for this episode. I know we had a few battles. The Insubres also have Octodurdon up here. I don't think they have any more armies. We've beaten 2 stacks basically this episode, so I'm pretty sure we're just going to be able to steamroll the rest of the way through them. Up north at Noria, we have the 4th Legion led by our faction heir, and he has his sights on this Veneti city. This will be the first buffer zone that we aim to secure to the north of Italy. There's also this Briusi army that seems to be eyeing Noria also, so it's going to be a race there, and I really don't want to get into a war with these Thracian or Dacian tribes up here, but we'll just have to play it by ear, and hopefully we don't get into a conflict with them. But for that, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned for the next one.